Rogers Museum.
Yes.
Like in other places we've encountered, not completely level. Very friendly.
Very friendly. I mean,
helpful.
Almost Texas hospitality going there.
Almost.
But would we go back?
Well, I think, you know, would we recommend it? All right, today's video, we are going to be doing another unusual Harvest Host review. So it will be in that 2 parts, but it is a great place you can visit, and they have RV parking, and it is the Will Rogers Museum.
Yes, and I was going, I heard about Will Rogers, but I didn't know a lot about him. I know a lot about him now.
Yes. So the Will Rogers Museum is there in Claremont, Oklahoma. So if you're traveling Route 66 or making your way through that area, it is to the northeast of Tulsa. As I said, near Route 66 and also Interstate 44, I believe it is.
It's definitely worth a stop.
It is. All right, so let's take a look at the overnight portion of it, because as we said, it is a Harvest Host in one of those museums you can enjoy. They have room for up to 5 spaces. There are 3, what they say, 3 bus parking spaces that you can theoretically fit 5 RVs. Depends how long those rigs are.
Absolutely.
And like in other places we've encountered, not completely level.
No, we had some problems leveling out.
Yeah, that first space is probably the best of all of them. We were the only ones there that night, so it was not a problem.
No.
I will say the whole complex sits up on a hill, and so, you know, you'll chug up there. And...
You're on a hill. I don't know why some of the places we like to stay or visit are on hills.
Has the best views.
Yes, it does, I guess.
All right, so not overly lit. It does sit on a quieter road. It is in, I believe, is it Will Rogers University?
Right.
Is right in that area.
It's right across the street.
So...
a chiming bell. Yes.
You do, oh, I forgot about that. So you will hear that consistently.
With regards to the stay, I'd give it a B+, really, except for the leveling. Yeah.
So let's take a quick break. All right. So if you're enjoying our content, hit that thumbs up. It helps more people see our video and our channel to grow.
Ring the bell. Visit our website, twobearstrekking.com. You can have access to Randy's eBay site, my photography site, and also, you know, follow us there. Before the major part of the video, I just wanted to break in and talk to you about the free part of this stay. And yes, I did say the word free. A lot of times when you see it in thumbnails, you kind of go, oh, that's just clickbait. Not true in this case, and let me explain why. First of all, this is a Harvest Host. So I definitely want you to encourage you to experience the museum. You'll understand why in just a minute when we get to that part of the video. However, we have told you and have been telling you another option is to call ahead. Simply call and ask. We've said this in multiple videos. So I decided to give our theory a test. So what I did is I called their admissions number and I simply asked, is there free overnight parking? I was told that yes, there is free dry overnight parking. Actually, up to 2 days. He did emphasize dry, so keep that in mind for those of you who have to have electricity and everything. This is a boondocking experience, and we love boondocking. So yes, it is a dry experience. So there you go. Why not? Give them a call, find out if they, I mean, if nothing else, they'll say no, but sometimes they'll say yes. So call and ask. And in this case, 2 free nights, why not? Give it a try. Test out the theory and see what you can find out and places you can find to stay for free. Now, back to the experience.
So here's the major part of this, really is the experience, because I think we were both shocked.
We were.
With just how much time we ended up spending there. And we pulled in the previous late afternoon, early evening. I think they had just closed up, or they were just closing up. And they are generally open 10 to 5. Check the winter hours because there are some days that they're closed during the winter, but generally 10 to 5, 7 days a week. They're seasonal, high season hours. And so there is, you can enjoy the outside, and we did that.
And we did. We walked around. I mean, this was the very first experience we had of the Will Rogers location museum, and we realized that Will Rogers is buried there.
Yes. So I guess the story behind this property is they owned this 20 acres, and they had planned on building their retirement home on this property.
It would have been a beautiful location for a retirement home.
Absolutely. And sadly that didn't occur. So when he had passed away, and his wife conceived this project to build a memorial museum on this property. And so in 1938 it was built and opened. It's expanded since then.
Yes. There's a school, not necessarily a school, but training classes and that kind of information there. Yeah.
And shortly thereafter, in the 40s, they built the tomb, and he was moved there, and then she died shortly after, and I think there were like 3 children buried there as well. So family members still come there to pay their respects right there on site. Right.
And it's a very peaceful, respectful, nice location. Yeah. So we decided to go in.
Yes.
And we were greeted,
very friendly.
Very friendly. I mean,
helpful.
Almost Texas hospitality going there.
Almost.
And we told them we were Harvest host and blah, blah, blah. And they ended up talking for a while.
We did. We talked for a while. And then finally, I think they almost forgot to collect her admission.
I know it.
And it's inexpensive. It's $7 per person. They do offer a couple of little discounts, so you can check that out. And it's a sprawling museum. So
when we first walked into the beginning of the museum, I mean, I had no idea. I kind of knew Will Rogers. I thought, okay,
bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces. And it's like, okay, what I remember about him is, wasn't he like a cowboy of some kind? I mean, and of course,
like in the movies.
In the movies and things. And so the first thing you kind of experience is, his saddles and, some photos of him. And it kind of a brief kind of bit of history about him.
Yes.
In the first area that you go into. So, it was beautiful. Just spent some time just relaxing and just enjoying that and learning a little bit about him. But as you said, it's sprawling. So they have a lot of different galleries, you could say.
Right, exhibit areas.
To this. So we start out, and the very first thing we come to is his statue. Now, not the one outside, but there's a beautiful statue in the main atrium area of him. And it's just, it really set the tone for it. It showed a lot of respect for it.
And then you're treated to these beautiful views from that hilltop through the windows. And just as you make your way, and the story builds a little bit more and a little bit more as you make your way through. And then you get to areas we can read his various quotes and his involvement in films, his involvement in politics and on the public scene, and just shows the interesting character.
You learn so much about Will Rogers that you didn't know.
Exactly.
I mean, I respect him as I don't want to call him a politician because he wasn't a politician, but he definitely was involved.
A philosopher, I think.
Yes,
they call him.
That would be the best way to say it. And I mean, they have a location, Will Rogers, because he did filming. He has a house,
a ranch
out in California. Obviously, they can't have it there, but they made a kind of a reconstruction of that, so you can kind of look into this and go, oh, that's what it looks like in California.
Right, and they talk about that. They spend some time talking about
yes,
the family's time there, and talk about his kids and the family.
It also respectfully explains how he passed away. and they do it very well. We're not going to go into details about that. Visit the museum, learn about him. But what I really liked, they have a huge theater.
Right.
And you can choose all variety of movies to watch there. You actually pick them out.
Right.
And, and stay as long as you want. It's really comfortable, big theater.
Right. And we watched several, I think. And
yeah.
We just enjoy. I think we ended up spending, with the chats and everything, 2.5, nearly 3 hours.
Yes, a long time, but well worth it. So would we go back?
Well, I think, would we recommend it? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Once you've been to the museum, it's kind of one of those one and dones.
Right.
And I give it an A.
I would also give it an A. For a museum, it was a great representation of who it was supposed to be about. You learned a lot about him. I had a great time.
So hopefully you've enjoyed this content. If you've been, let us know your thoughts. And as always,
keep on trekking.